The Galactic Council had made its decision. After 300 cycles of observation, Earth would finally be brought under proper governance. The human species, with their chaotic governments and fractured ideologies, required guidance from their more enlightened neighbors among the stars. Ambassador Zerkoth of the Valerian Collective delivered the decree himself, his 3 eyes gleaming with what he believed was benevolence as he addressed the United Nations Assembly. "Humanity has shown promise," he announced, his translator converting his melodic speech into every Earth language simultaneously. "But your development has been irregular. The Council will now assume administrative control of your planet. You will be guided toward proper civilization." Most of the assembly sat in stunned silence, but in the back corner, 2 figures exchanged knowing glances. Honey Chen, astrophysicist and humanities chief liaison to the Galactic Council, slowly stood from her seat, her dark eyes fixed on the alien ambassador with an intensity that made several delegates shift uncomfortably. Beside her, Harry Morrison, former military strategist turned diplomatic advisor, rose as well, his weathered face betraying nothing. "Ambassador Zerkoth," Honey began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber despite its softness, "we appreciate the Council's concern, but I'm afraid there's been a fundamental misunderstanding." The ambassador's central eye swiveled toward her. "Misunderstanding? We have observed your wars, your environmental destruction, your inability to unite under a single banner. These are the behaviors of children, not mature civilizations." Harry stepped forward, his hands clasped behind his back in a deceptively casual stance. "Tell me, Ambassador, how many species does the Council govern?" 47 member species across 63 worlds, Zerkoth replied proudly, all living in harmony under Council guidance. "And how many of those species developed faster than light travel independently?" Honey asked. The ambassador hesitated. 7 species have achieved such capability, though always with Council support and— "We did it alone," Harry interrupted. "No guidance, no support. We looked at the stars and decided we belonged there." Zerkoth's translator emitted a sound that might have been a dismissive laugh. "Yes, your crude warp drives that barely achieve 0.3 light speed. Very impressive for primitives." Honey smiled, and it wasn't a pleasant expression. "Primitives who cracked quantum entanglement communication 3 months ago. Primitives who have mapped dark matter distributions in ways your scientists still can't explain. Primitives who have survived 6 mass extinction events and kept going." "Which only proves you require supervision," the ambassador countered. "Your recklessness endangers yourselves and potentially others. The Council's decision is final. Transition teams will arrive within 1 planetary rotation to begin the integration process." The chamber erupted in arguments, some delegates shouting in protest while others seemed resigned to the invasion. But Honey and Harry remained calm, exchanging another glance before Harry spoke again. "We have a counteroffer," he said simply. The entire assembly fell silent. Zerkoth's eyes narrowed. "The Council does not negotiate with pre-approved protectorates." "You will with us," Honey stated flatly. She tapped her wrist display, and holographic images materialized above the assembly floor. "Because while you've been observing us for 300 years, we've been observing you for the past 15. The images showed detailed schematics of Council ships, maps of their territories, economic analyses of their trade routes. Zerkoth's skin shifted from its usual blue to a pale gray. "How did you?" "We're very good at gathering intelligence," Harry said. "Comes from having so many competing nations. We learned to watch, to listen, to understand our rivals. When you started parking observation satellites around our moon, we noticed. When your scout ships began mapping our asteroid belt, we noticed. And when you held your preliminary vote about our integration 6 months ago, we definitely noticed." Honey continued seamlessly. "Here's what we learned: the Council is dying. Not literally, but economically and technologically. You've been stagnant for 2,000 years. No innovations, no breakthroughs, just the same technologies passed down and slightly refined. You need us more than we need you." "Preposterous," Zerkoth sputtered. "We offer you the wisdom of ages, the peace of unified purpose." "You offer us control," Harry cut him off. "You want to mine our creativity, our chaos, our recklessness, and channel it into solving your problems. We've seen the projections, the Council's energy crisis, the resource depletion across your core worlds, the growing unrest among species tired of being managed instead of governed." The ambassador's silence was damning. Honey walked down the aisle toward the alien diplomat, her footsteps echoing in the quiet chamber. "So here's our counteroffer. Partnership, not protectorate. We join the Council as equals with full voting rights and autonomous control of our worlds. We share our innovations freely, and you share yours. We work together to solve the challenges facing both our civilizations." "And if we refuse?" Zerkoth asked, though his voice had lost its earlier confidence. Harry smiled grimly. "Then you'll have to take Earth by force. And I promise you, Ambassador, we won't make it easy. We've spent our entire existence fighting each other, nature, extinction itself. We've turned conflict into an art form. Do you really want to add humanity to your list of problems?" Zerkoth was silent for a long moment, his three eyes moving independently as he processed the situation. Finally, he spoke. "The Council believed humans were fragmented, easy to manage." "We are fragmented," Honey agreed. 200 nations, thousands of cultures, billions of individuals all wanting different things. But threaten us from the outside, try to control us, try to take away our choice. She gestured to the assembly behind her. "We become something else entirely. We've done it before against empires, against ideologies, against each other when necessary. Unity through adversity is our superpower." The ambassador's color slowly shifted back toward blue, though a greenish tinge suggested anxiety. I must consult with the Council." "Of course," Harry said pleasantly. "Take your time, but Ambassador, our counteroffer has an expiration date, 72 hours. After that, we'll assume you've chosen confrontation over cooperation." "And what will happen then?" Zerkoth asked quietly. Honey's smile was sharp as a blade. "Then you'll discover why every species on Earth that ever tried to dominate humanity ended up extinct or domesticated. We're survivors, Ambassador. We adapt, we improvise, we overcome. It's what we do." The alien ambassador departed without another word, his entourage hurrying after him. As the chamber burst into frenzied discussion, Harry turned to Honey. "Think it'll work?" She shrugged. "The projections give us an 87% chance they'll accept. They need us, and now they know we know it. Classic negotiation leverage." "And if they don't?" Honey's expression hardened. "Then we show them why humanity, fuck yeah, isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a promise." 70 hours later, the Galactic Council transmitted their response. Earth would join as an equal partner, the first species to do so without going through protectorate status. The agreement came with provisions for mutual defense, technological exchange, and a joint task force to address the Council's energy crisis, with Honey and Harry as co-chairs. As Honey watched the Council ships take up friendly positions around Earth, she felt Harry's hand on her shoulder. "We just changed galactic history," he said quietly. She nodded. "We didn't become civilized by their standards. We made them recognize that our kind of civilization, messy, chaotic, argumentative, and free, has value too." "Humanity, fuck yeah," Harry murmured. Honey laughed. "Damn right." The stars had always called to humanity. Now, finally, they were answering back, not as children seeking guidance, but as equals demanding respect. And the galaxy would never be the same.